It's BARBERGODCARTER.tx on Instagram here. Getting used to this new YouTube, so this one I just started. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell. Appreciate y'all. Let's get into this cut. We're gonna take this brush, we're gonna brush all the hair down nice and smooth. Make sure all the thinning areas is nicely and covered and full. And help you not push the hairline back. Actually see what you're working with. You want your work area nice and smooth and neat before you work. And now, since we got everything brushed down nice and smooth, we're gonna flip the clipper upside down and we're gonna rake that hair down nice and smooth. Get all that bulk nice and neat looking. Cut that bulk down. This method that I'm using right now is called a rake. So you're not overly cutting, you're mostly kind of like you thinning the hair out. And you just keep doing it till you get it nice and smooth and neat. And this is a 1 guard. Now for the top of the edge up, we're not gonna rake so much of that. So I open the clipper all the way up. I want that still kind of dark looking, so it blend in nice when it comes down to the enhancements. Keep raking both sides. Doing a little clip over comb. Get some of that bulk nice and neat. Making sure it's matching, everything looks smooth. I want everything smooth before I get to fading. Other side, same thing. And this time I put the 0.5 guard on there. I'm getting some more of these dark areas out that you can see here. Get that nice and smooth and everything uniform. So a little bit more right there as well. So we're just gonna clipper comb that as well. Get that out of there. Do as much as you can with the 1 guard, and whatever you can get with the 1 guard. Don't forget that 0.5 is your bread and butter guard. Got the non-static carbon fiber comb. And now I got the Rebel clipper with the fusion blade. I got that all the way open to set my open line. I like to set that first, and then I actually go bald underneath. So right here is perfect. So you actually can see what you're working with. And we just gonna bump that a little bit. Just a little. Keep your scoops nice and close. And now we're gonna open the guard up just a little bit back. So it's pretty much like it's almost closed, but it's a little bit more open, and we're gonna keep just working that line. Working that line. You keep bumping. Sometimes you need to go, if you can't use your whole clipper in certain areas, so it's good to use the angle and use about half of the corner of the clipper, and you just get the skating. Just skate up and down and keep working them areas. See, you just keep skating and brush, keep skating and brushing, because as you pushing the hair up, you need to be brushing it back down so you can see exactly what you're working with and what's going on in the haircut. Open the clipper guard all the way back up again, and we're gonna just blend that that closed area. We're gonna blend that up to the open. Now I got the bevel. I'm gonna go ahead and just work that bottom. And I'm pretty much just like fading with the clip. I'm just gonna fade with that too. I'm not trying to overly put a hard line in. I'm just trying to fade and clean up the area. And then the other side, I'm gonna go ahead and just make a bald area so you actually can see the difference of when you actually make one and put one in. And I'm using the Mythic with the wall taper blade on here, and not the fusion blades. You also can see what's the difference between a fusion blade and a taper blade on a Stylecraft. So I got that all the way open, and I'm using the bottom of the taper blade where the teeth are, the bottom of where the teeth is, and I'm just gonna make my open area. And as you can see, the Mythic with the taper blade, it cuts really smooth and butter. So it's like you don't have to do too much when you get over here on this other side as much as I did on the right side, I mean. So I make my open area, and any of the hairs did not get uniform when I had made the initial first strokes. I go back and rework it. May have to close the blade a little bit, to make it all the way match. And as you can see, it's already looking pretty much smooth from here. It's gonna be ready for me to go ahead and work the one. So when it get time for me to do the bottom, it's gonna be easy for me to go ahead and blend that in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and rake some more of that hair down. And that when you rake, make sure you do not rake close, or you will take all the hair off, literally. So when you rake, make sure the clipper blade is all the way open. And if it's not going as smooth and you still have some bulky areas, you can close it a little bit. But until you get kind of experience with the rake, just leave it all the way open. And as you can see how smooth the other side was, the left side was. So I'm gonna go back on the right side and rake with it open, with the Stylecraft with the taper blade, Stylecraft method with the taper blade, and I'm just gonna work some of that fusion blade when it was open. I'm just gonna hit the same area as I hit it with the fusion blade, but I'm gonna use the taper blade on the same area open. As you can see how easily it pretty much already looks like it's faded right now. You see how smoother it looks? So when you're using these clippers, make sure you understand you use them where you need to use them at. You the coach. So you place your players where you need to place them at. Now since we did that, we're gonna go ahead and use the Andis Master Clip Cordless. I like how it doesn't cut so much hair. It's a good thinning. And I'm gonna use it right where the clipper blade at the moving blade is, and I'm gonna put that right where my bulk area is with the one guard. And I'm gonna start working on some of that bulk and get that nice and blended in with where my open is. And as you can see, it doesn't cut a lot of hair. It lets you actually get a chance to go in and work as needed to. So until you get used to actually doing fades, doing any type of tapers, this is a blowout taper that I'm demonstrating right now. Make sure you use a clipper that does not cut a lot of hair off every stroke. You want a clipper to blade that actually lets you work and actually thins the hair as you fading. And as you can see, I'm always constantly keep brushing the hair down as I cut. Keep brushing the hair down as you cut, so you actually can keep the hair nice and smooth, because you're pushing the hair up. It's not just cutting and the hair standing still. You're still pushing the hair up. So you're gonna keep working it. I'm right here. I'm working it with my carbon fiber comb. The non-static really helps keep while you combing, not to make the hair puff up so much. Now I'm using the Stylecraft Saber with the taper blade, but on this one I actually have a ceramic cutting blade on it. It cuts real buttery and smooth, and I also have the Stylecraft Zero Guard on here. And I'm just gonna keep working the area between that one that I use with the Master, and I'm gonna work in between that just to kind of still close that gap and make everything nice and smooth and uniform. I want all the dark areas to be in that transition to be nice and smooth. So you just keep working that. Take your time. See, get the skate in certain areas, work them dark areas out that you have. And now I got the 0.5 again with the ceramic blade, because the ceramic blade, it cuts smooth. It's not a debulker, so it's like you thinning at the same time as you cutting. So it's again allows you to work. And I only like to use the brush really in the low hair. When I get higher up in the hair, I like to switch to a comb, because if needed, I can clip over the comb at the same time. I'm still skating right now, using a corner of that blade, skating up and down, getting some of them dark areas out that I need to work out. So everything's looking nice and uniform. Whatever your eye catches, make sure the clipper catches it as well. And now, since you can see the fade, it's nice and blurry. I don't have no dark areas. The transition is nice. I went ahead and went to the edge up, and now I'm using a lowered razor blade. I like Lords. They stay sharp throughout the whole haircut. You don't have to switch too much. And I'm gonna go ahead and work on my field goal posts. I call them field goal posts. So once you got them good, you closer to reach your goal. And I'm just gonna lightly touch each side and make sure that the field goal post is up and down. They're not angled or anything. Make sure they're straight up and down. And I'm using the actual corner of the blade. And once you got your field goal post in, I like to make my initial edge up line right in the middle of the head, right above the nose. Take the nose straight up, and I like to work my way over. And once I work my way over, I don't like to try to get in the corners too much, because I like to still go back and forth to see what I got going on. And as you can see, if y'all talking and stuff, that's perfectly fine, but you keep adjusting yourself and you keep adjusting your client. Make sure their head is straight and everything is straight while you lining. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, subscribe, and comment. More coming soon.